Namaste friends. Education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world, said by Nelson Mandela. We need the right education to change the current system of society. When we have right education, we can do anything in life. We go through schooling phase and then college, we acquire degrees, we get certificates, but we know very less about life. That is why we need a big change in the current conventional education system. Education will bring real transformation, but it is not happening through conventional education system, because whatever the college degrees that we have, they will help us to get a good job. But life gives so many challenges, so many problems, so many tests. But whatever the education that we acquire from schools and colleges is not sufficient for human beings to thrive in life. The current education system will help us to survive in life, but to thrive in life, we need a different level of education, different kind of education. That is holistic education. Holistic education teaches us about holism, wholeness. It teaches about life. But if you look at the world, whatever the education that is there, it is creating competition. It is creating fear in many students. According to some research, almost more than 45% of children don't like to go to schools. If they don't like their schools, their education, how do they thrive in life? Recently, there were few children who visited my home. They are my relatives' children. And the girl child, she was drawing, painting something. And her mother told, "Don't draw now, you can draw it later in the school." Then that girl replied to the mother, "No, I don't like school, I don't like education. I like to draw this, I like to paint here." And I was noticing the child and other children as well. That is the missing piece in current education system. We need holistic approach to teach right education tools for children. But the current education model is obsolete. It is not sufficient. It is not enough for a child to grow consciously and to thrive in life. Life is giving us so many opportunities to grow, but many times we are worried, we are fearful with our limitations. But if from the childhood onwards, if we give holistic education to children, then they will face all the challenges in their future. Swami Vivekananda said, we need education which will help one to stand on their own feet, which will develop their character, which will develop their strength, which will teach some values. So then that child, when he grows up, will become a better human being. The little humans, they don't know anything. They just trust blindly out of love their parents and teachers, and they just take whatever parents give. They just take whatever teachers teach them. But if you go to Japan, in Japan, the little children who are going to school in the beginning days, They don't teach all these ABCDs. What they teach is different thing, different approach. Those teachers are awakened teachers. We need awakened teachers. There is a great role of an awakened teacher in this system now. So what they teach, those teachers in Japan, when the children go to school, little kids, and the teacher in the classroom, he asks the children to face the wall, face towards the wall, sitting in front of the wall, and ask them to observe the wall. Teacher tells them to look at the wall for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. They don't teach anything. And these small kids, they just keep looking at that wall, the plain wall. There is nothing on that. And what they learn there? Because they are learning art of silencing their mind, art of observation, art of making their mind empty. And at the end of the day, the children were asked by the teacher what they have learned, what they have observed, what thoughts they were getting. And also these teachers, they give few more questions to the children. Teachers, they won't give answers, but they give questions so that they should think themselves independently and they should come up with answers next day. What they are developing in the children, those teachers are developing intellectual curiosity. What is this intellectual curiosity? It is an ability of the mind. It is the power of the mind which has a great mechanism in it. When we send some questions to this mind, it will try to get answers. But our education system is different. We try to keep teaching them all the information continuously, feeding their brain with information. A for apple, all these things. B for bat, whatever it is. But these things are not really helping children to thrive in life. So, this soul-based education will awaken the dormant powers, potentiality in the children's mind, children's heart. So when we teach this holistic wisdom to the children, they will become whole. They feel complete within themselves. If you look at young students, also young minds who have just finished their education, if you observe them, they are so fearful of whether they get jobs or not. I was like that earlier, because a lot of pressures were there from my family, from the peer groups. Oh, I want to get job first. I want to get job. Will I get job or not? Will I get good money or not? All these fears run in the mind because we were not trained to think correctly. We were not trained to be still. Did we learn in our school, in our college about how to heal our own body? Did we learn in school or college about how to achieve anything with the power of the mind? Did we learn about managing our emotions? Did any school taught us about how to make a beautiful friendship with others? How to live with happiness? We were never learned about happiness. Have we ever learned about how to manage our tension, our stress? No, never. Did we learn about how to earn money in the right ways? No. Did we learn in school about the importance of service? No. Did we learn about how to use the full power of the mind? No. This is where holistic education plays a major role in our life. So our entire education system is training us to use our left brain. Our left brain is having only 5% of the power. And we have the other part of the brain, that is right brain. That is 95% power it has. Whatever the subjects that we learn in school, we are trying to train this logical mind, linear mind, which has only 5% of the power. But we are not training the other part of the brain. The right brain, intuitive brain, creative brain, magical brain. When we are not training this right brain, how can we be creative? How can we be happy? How can we connect our own self and others? That's what holistic education teach us. How to bring balance between left brain and right brain. When to use left brain, when to use right brain. It is depending on how we are using our mind. It is depending on the training that we have got. Otherwise, we are always dependent on the left brain. If you want to take a major decision in your life, you need to connect to your right brain, to your heart, so that you get the right guidance. Did we learn about intuition in the school, in the college? No. If we teach this one subject, intuition, to any children, they need nothing else. In the future, maybe after 10 years or 20 years, intuition is going to be the mainstream in education system. That's what I feel strongly. If we teach that concept, this holistic education, then we become independent. The child will not be fearful again. Child will go within, ask themselves what subject to choose, which job to do, whom to marry, where to live, how to earn, all these things. We need to fill this gap by teaching soul-based education. Children have multiple intelligences. There are more than 14 types of intelligences that are available to every child within their brain, within their mind. But our system of education is tapping only logical intelligence, linear intelligence. There are many other intelligence, creative intelligence, musical intelligence. There are many other types of intelligence available in every child's mind. By tapping into the right brain, they activate the gift of their soul, the gift of the power of the mind. So we need that education. If we go back to the olden days, ancient days, the Gurukul system, what those teachers were doing, they were not teaching what we are learning today. Of course, our education system is upgraded since many years. But if we just go back to the olden days, in the Gurukul system, the teacher used to teach all the life lessons, soul lessons. So the teacher in the ancient days, the masters, used to teach many life lessons to the children, asking them to do karma yoga, reading ancient scriptures. And they used to teach all the skills which will help them to face all the life challenges. We need that education system back along with this current education models. So the role of an awakened teacher is so important in molding the character of a child, because children, they spend most of their time in schools and then in colleges. But all those years, if they are not learning about anything about life, they are not going to live happily. So there should be some teachers who awakened their inner wisdom. The teachers need to master their mind so that they teach the same to children. The teacher need to be with embodiment of their presence. They need to bring more of their presence, their heart into classroom, into his teachings, so that children will connect. If we take this word presence, let us look at the acronym of this word presence. P means, P in the presence means purity. A teacher need to have purity of mind, purity of heart. Teacher, when always think about just his money, earning his money, he will not teach much. But a teacher, when he is responsible to teach the children right education, when teacher guides the children in the correct way, then he is pure. His hearts and his mind is so pure. This purity is important to a teacher. And R in the presence means respect. Respecting the children, treating the children as equal to them. Generally, teachers say, hey, children, you don't know anything, listen to me. But the teacher must ask the child different questions so that they will think. We should not underestimate the children by their age. They are more advanced than us. Respecting every child as they are. And the word presence has E in it. P-R-E. E means energy. If teacher himself or herself is with low energy, low motivation, what happens? The children will feel sleepy in the classroom. The children will become lazy. The teacher must have great energy levels to teach in the classroom. With that energy, the children transforms. It's a pure energy. It's a fresh energy, new energy, the dynamic energy. And next letter, S in presence. S means strength. Teacher must teach strength to the children. The students should not feel fearful about the teacher. They should feel very fearless. They should feel strength by learning, listening to the teacher. They need to embody the quality of strength in teacher. And then that strength of the teacher will transfer to the children. Next letter in presence is E. E means empowerment. Teacher always must empower the children with different stories, different moral values, by being an example, by sharing some live examples of great leaders. He should create that encouragement, that empowerment in children, so that they will also take the teacher as their role model. Next letter is N in presence. N means newness, bringing newness in the teaching every day. If teacher is not bringing newness in his teachings, children will feel bored. They will not be listening to the teacher. Every day, when teacher enter into the classroom, he should say, "Dear children, today I am going to share very, very important, very, very useful topic to you." No, he should bring that kind of energy and newness in his teachings, so that they will be curious to listen to the teacher, to learn from the teacher, so that they will be attentive. If there is no newness in this teacher, then students will feel, oh, the same teacher, same subject, they feel bored. And the next letter in presence is C. C means compassion. A master, a teacher, when he is or she is compassionate towards all the children without any discrimination, without seeing any differences in children who are studying well and the children who are not studying well, treating them equally. So when he is compassionate towards everyone, so that they feel motivated, they feel touched by the teacher. And the last letter in presence is E. E means essence. What is the essence here in this word, in this letter? Whatever the teaching that he is doing, he should bring the main essence of his teaching. Even though the teacher is teaching mathematics, physics or chemistry, at the end of the session, the teacher, if he share the main essence of that subject, that concept, then they will remember forever. So these are the qualities, characteristics of an awakened teacher. So then the children will not just take the information, but they transform fully into an independent being. So if you are a teacher watching this, try to bring these qualities into your psyche, into your mind, into your heart, into yourself. And when you teach with these qualities to the children, and you impact the children, you transform the children, and teach the children about life. Give your own life examples, how you've gone through struggles, how you have overcome many obstacles, so that it will give so much strength to them. Life will teach many lessons. How life throws challenges to everyone. If we share our example as teacher to the children about our own life story, about the stories of great leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, like Swami Vivekananda, and they will feel inspired and they make those great leaders as their role models, like Abdul Kalam. So they will also become a great leader one day. And mainly in this holistic education system, it teaches about many things. So how we can transform current education model into holistic education model is by teaching these lessons to the children. So what do we teach? First thing, we need to teach about stillness of the mind. The story which I shared with you initially about the Zen masters, about Japan teachers, what they teach? They teach the children about how to think, how to stay calm, silence. So when the children mind is empty, still, so that they grasp everything. And stillness comes through practice of meditation. And the next thing, we need to teach children about questioning. Questioning all the rules. Questioning all the problems that they get in life. Questioning their own mind. Questioning the teacher. Always they should have that intellectual curiosity. And it will be developed through questioning. When they question themselves and others, they will get the clarity, they will get the answers. And also we need to teach students about trust. Trust is most important. Without trust, their self-esteem will not be built up. When some students are fearful, we need to tell them, believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, if you trust yourself, God will be with you. Universe will be with you. And you are removing their fear block. in the child minds, in the young minds, so that they become a great example for many people later. I was so fearful kid when I was a child, and I was not having trust and belief on myself. I was not believing me. I was believing whatever others used to say to me. But later I developed this trust factor within me after entering into this path. And one more thing that we can teach students about reading scriptures, reading autobiographies of great leaders. Tell your students, tell your children to read autobiography of a yogi written by Paramahamsa Yogananda. What a magical, mysterious book it is. Tell your children to read about life story of Swami Vivekananda. Tell your students, your teacher, your children about the autobiography of Nelson Mandela. How many years he was in prison, but he has never given up his dreams, his visions, his mission. And this will develop true character. It will teach true values in the children's mind. By reading all the great leaders' books, spiritual masters' books, their whole self will awaken, so that they will be achieving anything in their life. And also we need to teach independence to the children. We should not create dependency for everything. From the very childhood onwards, we should give them the freedom to be themselves, freedom to choose their subjects, freedom to choose their clothes, freedom to choose their food. Of course, we are there to guide them if they are not going in the right direction. If they are going in the wrong direction, we can guide them, we can tell them consequences of their choices, teaching them about free will, how to make a decision, how to make a good choice. This is what holistic education means. And teaching them about creativity. Every child is unique. You tell them you are a unique soul. You are here for a reason and purpose. So that when they are growing up, they don't compare or compete with other children. And teach children about importance of service, helping others. That is what brings the most happiness. When you serve, when you give, when you help others, and it increases your happiness levels. Teaching them about selfless service, selfless action, and also teaching them about Maitri, friendship. When we teach about friendship, they will not develop enmity towards their fellow beings, the fellow students. They will make a noble friendship with others. So when the other friends or students are not growing, not studying well, and these children will try to help other children. When we teach these important life lessons, soul lessons, then we really see the transformed world, the transformed education. I am a biggest advocate of teaching right education to children and to youngsters, to adults. Because when I was a child, when I was studying, I did not know all this knowledge. That's why I took oath to myself, promised to myself that I want to transform millions of people on this earth planet. That's why I am connecting to you. If you feel this concept that I shared with you is helpful to you, please share with your friends, with your family members. Share this with your children. Share this with your teachers. Share this with many people so that they will get benefited. Thank you so much for listening. Let us all together transform the world by transforming the current education model. Thank you, dear friends. I am so happy for you. Thank you. Thank you. I am signing off.